If you are a medical student, if you are a doctor preparing for any competitive examination, I know what is your biggest enemy. Your biggest enemy is the fact that you cannot sit in one position for a long period of time. Am I right or am I right? So picture this, okay? So you are sitting in your library or in your study room, you are surrounded with books. Then you take out your mobile phone for seeing something important, maybe for clearing some doubt that you had while reading that book. But then you get sucked up into the Instagram reel vortex, and within seconds of you realizing, you are already 2 hours down into the black hole of Instagram, of Facebook, of YouTube shorts, and whatnot. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Somlina. I'm a final year MD Radiology resident at NRS Medical College in Kolkata. And today my video is all about sharing with you some tips, especially scientifically proven tips, which helps you study for a longer duration of time with as little distractions as possible. Seems impossible? Yes. Take a cup of coffee and dive in with me. So first, let's talk about this Italian guy who was very frustrated about the fact that he wasn't able to concentrate in his studies during his university. So what he did was he had this tomato-shaped kitchen timer, okay? He set the timer to 25 minutes and he studied with his entire concentration in that 25 minutes. Once that 25 minutes was over, what he did was he took a 5 minutes of break, and again he continued such 25-minute sessions with a 5 minutes of break, and then after 4 such 25-minute sessions he took a 15 minutes ka break. So let's see what has happened here. Studies have shown that the human brain can maintain an optimal focus for about 25 to 30 minutes at an average, and after that the productivity and the attention tends to decline. When you are taking regular breaks, this helps your brain to re-energize, recharge itself, and prevent burnout. So if you see it from a smaller point of view, you will see that what is the big deal in studying for 25 minutes? Anyone can study for 25 minutes, but that is not important. The fact that you are making your brain greedy for that 5 minutes ka break, that is very important in driving you to give your full concentration during that 25 minutes in which you are studying. So if you see, one session consists of only 25 minutes, but if you are performing 4-5 such sessions, you are actually studying for a very long duration, and you will not even get to know about it because your burnout is prevented and your efficiency is maintained. So this person whom I was talking about was Francesco Cirillo, who is an Italian person who had introduced this Pomodoro technique, and Pomodoro is nothing but the Italian name of this tomato, because he had used this tomato shaped timer, right? So how will you utilize it as a NEET PG aspirant or as an MBBS student studying for your professionals? Okay, so first of all, give yourself a time duration, that how many hours I want to study. If you are a student and you have to go to your college, then you cannot study more than 6 hours in a day. In fact, in certain days you do not get more than 3 hours of studying. Okay, so, or if you are a person who is preparing for your NEET PG and has taken a complete drop from your duties, you can get a 10 to 12 hours every day for study. So first, you allot the total duration of time that you need to study in that day. Suppose you want to study for 6 hours. Okay, let me divide. I'm a little kacha in maths, okay? Don't judge me. So 6 hours means 6 into 60, 360 minutes. 360 divided by 25, about 14 sessions. So you need to plan for 14 such sessions. Maybe 7 sessions during the daytime, 7 sessions during the night time. So now you have got the number of sessions you need to plan. So what you will do, set a timer for 25 minutes. That is 1 Pomodoro. Out of the entire number of topics that you want to study, select a topic which will more or less you will be completing within 25 minutes. Okay, do not give yourself larger than life amount of syllabus to complete in 25 minutes. You are a human being, you are not God, that you need to remember. Okay, so once you have allotted yourself that topic, you need to make sure that you complete that topic in 25 minutes. Once the 25 minutes timer that you had given has gone off, take a 5 minutes break. Now obviously 5 minutes break does not mean time for scrolling Instagram reels. Okay, 5 minutes break, you do things that will relax you so that it prepares you better for the next session. Do not do any such thing that will tire you down and you become unready for the next session. Do things like listening to music, drink a glass of water, go take a small walk, talk with your family members for some time, do some small household chores like, putting up your bed or dusting the shelves. There's something that is not very hectic and you can complete within 5 minutes, and something that will give you refreshment. Okay. Now, again, when that 5 minutes ka timer goes off, come back and study the next topic. And obviously, you have to plan from beforehand only. Each session mein kaun sa topic karna hai, so that after you start the session, you do not spend your time thinking ki which topic I will study and which topic I will not study. This you have to do beforehand. And one thing is, these 5 minutes breaks, they are like rewards for your brains. After you complete 4 or 5 Pomodoro sessions of 25 minutes each, give yourself a longer break, about 10 to 15 minutes. Right? I hope you understood this Pomodoro technique. The next thing that I would like to talk about is active learning. When you are studying for a long duration, you become so bored. Now you are just lifelessly reading things out from your book, or you're lifelessly watching the videos from your whatever platform you're using. Nothing is entering into your mind. And even if it's entering, it's not staying, because you become very disinterested, you become very listless. But why you are becoming listless? Because you know that you have nothing to do with that information. Like, there are so many things that we need to study which usually we do not apply in real life. So in those cases, concentrating becomes very difficult. So you need to create scenarios in your mind that will keep you actively engaged in studying that topic. For example, think that you have to teach this topic to someone, suppose to your juniors. Now, once you are in that space of mind ki mujhe ye padhana hai, you take up the position of a teacher. We know that it is not accepted when teachers make mistakes. So you will have it in your mind ki whatever I'm studying, I need to have a perfect version of that, so that wherever my students ask me any doubt, I can readily answer their doubts. So when you will realize ki knowing the topic from its core is very important when you want to teach someone, and when that you realize, you will start asking questions in very silly points also. In our schools, in our colleges, we are often discouraged to ask questions, and often these silly questions that we ask, they tell us how much we know about our basics of that topic. Many a times I've seen that teachers, they scold us, or our batchmates, our colleagues, they laugh at us, they judge us if we are asking silly questions. But more often than not, you will realize that those who are afraid of these silly questions are the ones who are not very sure of the basics, of the fundamentals. So it's very important to ask silly questions, because when you get answer to that silly questions, everything will start making sense. And when things start to make sense, you will not feel bored when you are studying that topic. You will actively, engrossingly learn those things, and you will learn it in such a way that you will be able to reproduce it also in front of someone else. So always make it a point to actively engage yourself when you are studying. Number one, it can be done if you are acting as if you need to teach this topic to someone. Number two, keep writing. Number three, read things out loud. So how does this active learning work? So in 1991, educational theorists Charles Bonwell and James Eisen, they had first defined this thing called active learning, and they defined it as anything that involves students in doing things and thinking about the things that they are doing. So basically, it is a reciprocal process where cognition and demonstration, they are combined together to reinforce the key learning points. So a recent study was conducted at the Carnegie Mellon University's Human-Computer Interaction Institute, which concluded that active learning can put the students in the driver's seats while learning their lessons. As doctors, you need to know why this active learning process is working. Active learning, it engages multiple parts of your brain and makes the material more memorable. When you are actively engaging with the material, you are using more of your cognitive processes, which enhances the understanding and retention. The third point that will help you sticking to a place for long duration is to study in a very clean, organized environment. I don't know how many of you believe this, but Vastu says that your study room should be in the north or northeast direction, and you should be studying facing the north or the west direction. Please declutter your workspace, declutter your study table. I always believe that a clear workspace equals to a clear mind. Clutter will create confusion and will not let you to concentrate, let alone concentrating for long hours. You will not be able to concentrate even for 2-3 hours. Now, how can you make your study environment conducive? First of all, make sure the place where you are studying, it has good lighting, and the lighting should come from your sides and at least not from your back. Next, the height of the chair and the table that you're using should be such that they match, I know some of you may not have study tables, so make sure you at least have a lap table. In my case, I did not have a study table also. I used to sit on my bed and use my lap table, but I made sure that I studied in a room which had a good lighting. Next is keep the table clean. If you just had a cup of coffee, you do not like to go and keep that coffee in the kitchen and then come back to study. You keep it in the table for long durations. Please don't do that. How much time does it take? It will not even take 2 minutes to take the cup up from your table and keep it into the kitchen. Please do that. And if you have power, use correct lenses or correct spectacles. You do not want to have headaches, right? So all said and done, the most important point that I would like to stress on is keep your mobile phones away the moment you start studying. If you want to keep an alarm, you want to keep the timer, you give it on your tab or give it on a mobile that is not a smartphone. Use a dumb phone to keep all these timers and all, and every 2-3 minutes go and scroll reels. That is the worst habit that you can have if you really want to crack an examination. Another thing that might keep you distracted is, suppose because of your critical thinking you got a doubt, and to search for the doubt you open the internet, and then once you open the internet you keep scrolling. So that happens with everyone, not to worry about. What you need to do is you keep another notebook in front of you. Whenever you have any kind of doubt which is not mentioned in the book and you need to check the internet for it, which happens in majority of the cases, you just write the doubt and keep it in the notebook. So when you get that 5 minutes ka break ya fir 10-15 minutes ka break, you can go and check it in the internet. Okay, so whatever I might be saying, finally it's about what suits you the best. And once you find the technique that is suiting you, stick to it. And don't be too hard on yourself, because this study session, it is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Maybe on day one, you won't be able to study, won't be able to keep yourself for more than 3 hours at the table. Next day, aim for 3.5 hours. Then the day after that, aim for 4 hours. Give it some time. Slowly, you will be able to catch up to the exact amount of hours which you want to give. So give these techniques a try and let me know in the comment section if it works for you. If you are using any other technique to stay in one place and study for long hours, also do mention in the comment section. Any video suggestions you have for me, do mention in the comment section. Till then, take care, bye bye, happy studying. Meet you in my next video.